this your first trip up to Newport Festival?
Yes, it's the very first time in Newport. But I'm gonna tell you something. The first time I came to America, exactly 20 years ago. The first day we played was in the Newport Jazz Festival at Carnegie Hall. I have to stop.
Yep.
I didn't sleep, you know.
Well, that's
We're gonna do it again.
That's when you.
No, that worked out.
That was good.
Yeah.
But you were coming from Cuba, so why don't you
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about how it feels to be a musician in Cuba, and then, I mean, assuming you're coming to America, you have a lot more freedom in what you're going to do and things like that. Tell us a little bit about how that came about and
All
why.
right. All right. Yeah, that's the reason I'm here, because in Cuba we don't have a freedom. That's the main thing, and the most important thing any human being can aspire to have, freedom. Without freedom, life is not good for nothing. And I remember in 1978 when we came, the first day we could play in the Carnegie Hall, I couldn't believe it, We were like flying, we were on heaven, And when I looked to the first row, started to see people, all our heroes were there. Bill Evans, Mary Lou Williams, Dizzy Gillespie, Stan Getz, Maynard Ferguson, Tu Stillman. Oh my goodness, how many of the greatest jazz musicians, And everybody was so excited. We just came from Cuba the same day. The same day we played Carnegie Hall. And the name of the festival was the Newport Jazz Festival. And but this is my first time over here, and I tell you, I'm very, very excited, very happy. It's a beautiful place, and a wonderful audience. The people really get into the music. They enjoy everything, and that's beautiful. We have a great time there, even without sleep. We couldn't sleep last night. Oh my God, that's the reason I wear this, because. My ass should be black.
Tell me a little bit about Diz. This is one of your...
This is my hero, my mentor, my hero, and he was the very first jazz musician I heard ever. When I was, 17, 18 years old, I never heard any jazz so far. When I was 17 years old, 18. And somebody played for me a record. Hey, I want you to hear this. Was a Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker's record, recorded in 1946-47. With Cozy Cole and Milt Jackson, Slant Stewart, all those great musicians, the bebop era. When I hear that, I say, wow, what is that? Because before that, I was only playing a traditional Cuban music. I was playing a septet with son, S-O-N, the traditional Cuban music. And when I hear the bebop, and Dizzy playing the trumpet, I couldn't believe it. It made an impression on me still, that impression still. And after that, I became automatically a big fan, crazy about bebop. I love bebop, and still, that's my favorite music, probably.
But you bring a Latin influence to that, a different feeling, a different background that just adds a lot to that.
In 1946, Mario Bauza, we call him Mario Bauza, but the American people call him Mario Bauza. Mario Bauza, who was before that a wonderful lead trumpet player in the Chief Webb and Fletcher Henderson, Cat Calloway big band. He was the guy in those big bands, He also was a musical director of Machito Orchestra. Forever. He went to Cuba and met a guy, his name was Chano Pozo. And he brought him with him in 1946. And I talked to Dizzy and said, hey Dizzy, I want you to hear the guy. And Dizzy was so impressed with Chano, he put him right away in his band. That was the very beginning of what people call nowadays Latin jazz, but those people call at that time Afro-Cuban jazz. That was the very beginning of that beautiful combination, which is not nothing else than bebop with an Afro-Cuban rhythm, a wonderful combination. And this started recording and play all those tunes. He titled Cubano B, Cubano Bob, Tintindeo, Manteca, Con Alma, all those beautiful, beautiful tunes. And Tanga as well. And this is the biggest inspiration, for example, to make this record I just recorded, Hot House, which is a big band, a Latin jazz big band. That's the biggest inspiration is in those records, in the 40s with Dizzy and Chano Pozo.
How do you go about choosing your set for today? Is there any particular reason why you chose the songs that relate to the Newport crowd or the scene? Or
No, majority of the tune, and actually 98% was tuned from the new record, Hot House. We had another extra one, which is a blues. I wrote a dedicated to this. It's called "To This With Love," and but the rest, they are original tunes I wrote for this record called Hot House.
What's next for Arturo Sandoval?
We're leaving tomorrow. We're going to Seattle, Washington. We're going to play a week there in the club, Jazz Alley. It's a beautiful club there in Seattle, Washington. And then we go back to Miami. We have a couple of gigs in Miami. And then the next, I can't remember. I don't want to remember.
Where are you living now?
I live since I came in the same place, Miami Springs, Miami.
And you find the American audience very receptive to your music?
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I can't complain, man. I mean, since I came, I really received a lot of demonstration of respect and admiration for what I do, and that's the most beautiful thing any artist can aspire to have, from the crowd. And I'm extremely happy and glad and grateful to God. Every morning I pray and say, thank you, God, because give me this opportunity to be a musician, to be alive, and to have this beautiful connection with the audience.
Arturo, that's all I need. You did
All
a
right.
great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.